That would be us then.
I think it will be, yes. So I was just finding something else in our Slack.
Oh, okay. So I have to pay attention. I have to pay attention in multiple.
I told you were taking the lead tonight. Yeah.
Oh dear.
I'm the guest here. I don't know what's going on. You think I'd watch these? Oh, no, I can't say.
You just get back to your drum champions, or just quit, or just knock out. It's probably for the best. That is. I don't think we should actually let him in again, to be absolutely honest with you. So, okay, we will kick this back off. And he's back.
Well, that's what it told me. Something went wrong.
Something went wrong. Yes.
These guests, honestly.
Yeah, you can't bring them anywhere.
Bring back Barry. That's what I say.
Yeah, shout out to Barry. I'm thinking of him at this current time. We are all hoping everything goes okay. I don't want to say anything more. I'm just putting that out there. With that, we are here to discuss GFN, and they are 1,000 up. 1,000 games are now on GFN, so we are going to have some fun discussing that Drum Champions League or whatever it's called. Is that what it's called?
I believe yes. It's a bit confusing because I've followed the DRL, which is Drone Racing League. I say follow. I've not watched any of it this year, but yeah, DCL is the Drone Champions. I guess it's like in the old days in America. The old days, you had IndyCar and Champ Car. I say old days. That's the early noughties. I was alive during then. That's not old.
Just shouting out people in the chat. Unitrix, thanks for joining. Cloudbusters, thanks for joining as well. The People's Club, where's Barry? Barry can't be with us at this moment in time. It is not my story to tell. Just I'm thinking of him at this moment in time, and I'm hoping he will be back as soon as he can. So I don't really want to go into that. Tech Gaming, thanks for joining as well. And Maker, thank you as well. So we've got a bit of news to discuss here before we go into the GFM stuff. We'll get the elephant.
We'll go straight into it. Yeah,
I say just get the elephant out from the room to start off with, and then we're going to just concentrate on GFN. This seems to happen a lot for us. Even though we've cut down our live streams, we still seem to be getting hit with a lot of...
As I've said on the shows, they wait for us to go live and then they announce something.
Yep. And here it is, the Steam Deck has...
Steam Deck. I made that mistake. Why is everyone talking about Stream Deck and the new Stream Deck? I've got Stream Deck in front of me. It's very good. I don't think it needs an update. But no, it's the Steam Deck.
Yeah. This is a new device which has just been launched by Valve. You can pre-order it tomorrow, and it is at a very, very appealing sort of price point. £350. I think it's $400. Gets you the limited, or sorry, not limited version, the cheapest version, and it goes up to $550, and it's about $600 for the super duper edition. The very, very interesting thing about this, you'll be able to play your Steam games on the go, and then without the need of being online. I think this has actually good appeal for streaming games as well for GFN, because you will be able to hook this up via a dock and play this on your TV, and then play the GFN games through the browser if you so wish. The reason why you may want to do that instead of actually just using that device is because you more than likely will be getting better quality on GFN, and so this could be the nice hybrid sort of device you're looking for. You have the benefits of both here. I am very, very intrigued in how this is going, and yes, I am going to pre-order it. Sammy, we were discussing this beforehand. Did that make a bit more sense there?
It did. Obviously, my first thoughts are this. Well, it's very obvious who they're trying to copy with the design of this. We'll say no more about that. I like this. This is a very interesting device and very interesting marketing ploy. the ability to play Steam games on the go through downloading them onto a device, I do think that's going to impact GFN a little bit. In that, if you're able to play the games downloaded, you won't have to worry about stream quality if you're on 4G or LTE networks. I do agree. Once you have that stable internet connection, the GFN quality might be better on some games. I believe this device only goes up to 720p.
I think it's 720p on the handheld, and when you go up there, the device is actually.
When you're in the handheld, so this is what I'm talking about. If you're on the go, sort of thing.
When you hook it up to your TV, I think just by reading the things there and having a bit of detail, what you probably want to do, as we're cloud gamers here, is you'll probably want to hook that in and put it into the dock.
Plug the Ethernet cable in.
And then go straight into GFN, and you'll have the best of both worlds there. I am really, really intrigued in how this is going to go down. I'm really, really excited for this device and just to see. I would recommend, if you want to see more about this and how it actually plays, is go watch the IGM videos. They have actually got stuff up there, and I know it looks a bit awkward and stuff. They have actually shown it's actually not as awkward as it looks. And then we squares are like mouse trackpads. This could be.
Yeah, I got it was similar to the trackpad on the DualSense that you can sort of scroll across or flick.
Yeah. So that is that. Going to be something to keep an eye on in the GFN sort of market, but we will just move on. I don't think we could have ignored this. Just looking at
it had to get a passing mention at the very least.
Yeah. So again, this is going to be intriguing how this is going, and I think this could be a really good complementary device to GFN as well, because you can do your cloud stuff with that. But moving on to GFN, have to say happy birthday. It's not happy birthday.
No, that was a few months ago.
But yeah, it's 1,000 games on PC. Absolutely, or 1,000 PC games on the library. Absolutely class, and there is some absolutely cracking games, even in this wee headline here: Valheim, Cyberpunk, Rocket League,
Overcooked, Dead by Daylight, Metro Exodus, Control. Some of these games that we'll mention later on in the blog post have ray tracing on. So you mentioned Control, Cyberpunk 2077 is there, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, all RTX on. That's absolutely incredible list of games.
Yeah, we're going to be having some more videos coming out about the 1,000 games on GFN. I am in the process of doing a big, massive video. I have got delayed in that.
What Duncan's done is he's bought every single one of them. He's ranked them individually.
I have indeed, and DCL is at the bottom.
Of course, it is. I'm sure you can find a worse game. On DC, I'm sure you can.
Yeah, but it was easy bait, so I just had to go for it. Again, the thing I've been actually working on here, I've actually came across a number of games which I didn't actually realize which were on GFN, which I completely forgot about. Cuphead being one, and it's actually here. Cuphead is such a
I noticed Cuphead when I was looking for the budget video, and
it's such a great game, great looking game. I wouldn't recommend it for everybody, but if you can get it cheap, I think everybody could go through the first land anyway, or first word, or whatever way you want to say it. The first word is reasonably passable, but I think that the difficulty curve just goes woohoo when you get to the second land, and it gets pretty difficult, but you can't take away from the absolute art style of the game. It is absolutely class looking. So yeah, there's going to be more videos coming about the 1,000 games on GFN, and there is just some crackers there. So basically, there you go, 1,000 games, and you can play them all in different ways. And an increase of more than 500 games since the service left beta less than 18 months ago. Sammy, you work it out. How many games a month is that?
Oh, so 18 months ago. So you're looking.
See, I like putting Sammy on the spot.
Just about 50 to 60 games per month.
I've
on average. That's on average.
About 30 or so, I would say. 18 months.
No, 500 games.
Yeah.
18 months ago. Okay, yeah. So I was taking 1,000 divided by 18.
Yeah. So there are about 30 games more than there. But as we know, GFN are just pumping out the games every single week now. And this week is no different. We've got 13 games. So, but I think we need to have a way to look at the games there. It's just like...
It's incredible. You look at that. You've got a vast Ubisoft catalogue, Power Wash Simulator, which I know we've both enjoyed. But I know you've enjoyed. You might not know I've enjoyed as much.
Yeah, Power Wash Simulator it's been there just a couple of weeks now, and it is a game I'm just turning to. If my head needs a break, I can just go there and just...
That's exactly it. That's exactly the type of game that is. Yeah.
And you can just go and switch off and not worry about anything at all. You can just play it, and it's really funny that it's a game that just sucks the time away. You just don't realize how long you've actually been doing it, and it's just such an absolutely class game, and it's just class.
You look at the other games in there. I know you said a lot about Valheim in the past, or I call it Valheim. I've done a U and called it Valheim. Phantom Abyss is one that we've streamed. Maker, who was in the chat earlier, he was streaming that on our channel earlier. What else have we got? Control, I've mentioned. Death Stranding, that's a good game. I think, did Barry do Death Stranding?
I think he did. I can't remember.
We've done a load of it. Look, once this stream has ended, of course, wait until that. But once the stream has ended, go through our video, go through our channel, look through all the GFN videos. We've got a vast majority, and I'm hoping to get one or two more out at some point this week.
Yes, and Duncan's Farm will be making an appearance, I think, relatively soon as well.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. And it's not...
I don't think we talked about Duncan's Farm on the YouTube channel yet, have we?
We have. We've talked about it. It's coming. It's coming.
It's coming. I must admit, I thought you were doing a farming simulator.
Go for a long walk off a short pier, as people would say. Not a mission. I am doing farming simulator.
Oh, okay.
That is too advanced for me. I have to bring it down to my level.
Oh, Power Wash Simulator's fine. Farming Simulator isn't. There. An insight into Duncan's mind, everyone.
Yes, exactly. Power Wash Simulator. You can explain that to people, but if you're going to talk about farming simulator, you have to put all the bits and bobs on together, and it gets too complicated. I like my things like you, Sammy. I like my things simple.
Never told you how I like my things.
I'm just calling you simple.
That's not what you said originally.
Yeah, Carol, how's it going there? Most of the Ubisoft games are on GFN. I think the vast majority of them are, but as we see, nearly every couple of weeks we do get a couple of stragglers here and there, so they are going through it. Some of the other games, I'm just thinking here, we've got Assetto Corsa Competitive. What do you think of that?
Was that the noise of the cars going there? Okay,
yes, it was indeed.
Just want to explain that for the audience.
What do you think of that?
I've not played too much Assetto Corsa. I've not played the Competizione version. That's how you pronounce it. I've not played that one at all, but I've played I guess you call it the base game, a few times on other services, and it's interesting. It's marketed very much more as a sim racer, which kind of turns me away from it. But as a sim race, certainly watching people stream it and race on it, it's absolutely brilliant. And as a sim racing game, it's great to have that on a cloud gaming service where you don't have to worry about the downloads and the running speeds.
Yeah, I've been tempted. I was really tempted. I think it was on sale, and I'm just sitting here, uh, going, should I or shouldn't I? Because I do want to get a couple of games more for on Steam, because over the last, I think I've been talking about this for a while, over the last couple of weeks, my primary platform I have been playing on is GFN by an absolute distance. I've been playing on the Shield, and it has just been absolutely class. And I'm thinking I do need to get a wee racing car game on there, because I do like them, just to chill out too.
There are a few. If you want a much more arcadey game, but it's still very fun. I've played on a lot of other platforms, and like you, it was one I was quite shocked to find out was also on GFN. Although with 1,000 games on there, I suppose a lot of the big games will be on there now. Is Wreckfest
Wreckfest,
of
the
PlayStation, Xbox, Game Pass.
it's that's where you can, lawnmowers is like the tutorial.
There's lawnmower cars, there's sofa cars, there's demolition derby racing, there's all sorts, and I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with the video I am working on. I thought I would be able to get it done. It's went far too slowly for my liking, and I've got pulled away in about a million trillion different directions. But with that, I have been seeing a load of games I've never heard of, and it's just really.
And you look at them and you think, oh, I might like that. I might like that. Yeah.
There's so many, like, sort of hidden gems out there which could actually. I've had it a couple to my wish list as well, just because I want to actually play them. I'm just thinking of I'm just looking at some of these games here, just up here. Crusader, or it's not Crusaders Kings, a Stronghold Crusaders there, but the Crusaders Kings is on GFN as well. For the just 2 and 3. That's the series I really want to get into, but I'm just put off because I'm just thinking the learning curve is going to be too big on it. But it's a game I do want to give this an absolutely a try. Hi, Mean Gamer. Is there any cloud gaming services for iOS? Absolutely, there is. You can get GFN on iOS. It's the same with Xbox and Stadia as well.
I believe if you're in the US, you can get Luna on iOS as well.
You can get Luna, and you can get Shadow as well. Basically, all of them are there now, but most of them are using what's called the web apps now, the progressive web apps.
Yes.
So what you need to just go to the website, but you can do that 100% with GFM, and it works grand there, and it works on.
I think it's about the only way you can play Fortnite on iOS these days.
Yeah, so it's all good fun. I got distracted there, but it's just
That's
so many games here, and this choice is right. This is something we've been talking about as well. I know that we're talking. you know what I'm going for here?
I know what you're going for. Yeah.
Actually, I'll let you do that because you were going to talk about it anyway. So
I've been thinking for a long while about when you're looking at cloud gaming services. As I said on other shows, these services don't exist in a vacuum. GFN is affected by what Stadia does. Stadia affected by what GFN does. You can mix and match, put all the cloud gaming platforms interchangeably in there. In much the same way you can do Xbox and PlayStation, not IGN. What's the...
Get out!
AMD and NVIDIA.
Yep.
So the big thing that I realized a while ago was that with all the cloud gaming subscription services, stuff like Stadia Pro or Luna or Xbox Cloud Gaming with xCloud, is you pay the subscription, but you get games included with that subscription. You get the monthly games on Stadia Pro, you get the xCloud catalog when you subscribe to a Game Pass. PS Now, you get all the 800 odd games on there. But with GFN, you only get access to, I think it's lower queues, and you have the extended sessions. You don't get kicked out after an hour.
And you also get the RTX as well, and
That's true. Yes.
every couple of months you get wee perks as well. So I think it's worth
There are
pointing out.
there are a few perks as well, but you don't get. I think they said you get access to games A, B, C, D, or whatever each month. And I was thinking about this. I nearly put it in the Cloudy's Roundup video I did a few weeks ago. Go check that out as well after the stream's ended, of course. But I didn't because of lack of time. It also hit me that with GFN, you do get access to a lot of free-to-play games, which means you can play, it says here, nearly 100 free-to-play games. And these aren't the tiny free-to-play games in the corner. These are some of the big hitters like Rocket League, like Destiny 2, Fortnite, I've mentioned as well. These are the big free-to-play games that people can play without needing to download it, without having to make sure you've got a device that runs to the correct graphic specifications. You can just log on to GFN and play the game through there. I think that kind of negates the idea of having a paid-for subscription that includes games.
Yep, it does indeed. Also, I think it's, again, I think this is where GFN gets a lot of unnecessary flack with the thing. We talk about this every so often. The only way GFN makes any money on these games is through the subscription. If you buy a game on Steam or Epic or GOG or buy any upgrades through Fortnite, they do not get a cut like all the other services. They just get the money from the subscription. So I am happy enough the way how it works.
Yes.
So it's absolutely fine. With the amount of free-to-play games, it is just absolutely unreal. And then you add in the epic free games, which come time and time again to GFN. It just pays for itself nearly because,
yeah, the epic games part. I don't want to call it partnering because I don't think it's necessarily anything official.
They are partnered up.
But I also don't think it's a coincidence that most weeks, including this week, as you'll find out later, that at least one of the current Epic free games available on GFN.
Yeah, it's just absolutely class that how it adds up. I've done this a couple of times. You go through my Epic game list, and it is absolutely massive. I've only bought one or two of the games. I've bought games. They are available on GFN as well, which is absolutely class as well. I should stop saying class. Duncan, stop saying class, you absolute rocket. Let me see. I'm just seeing what else is here. There is so many of these multiplayer games. We're touching on a lot of the multiplayer games last week. Destiny 2, you've got Rocket League, Counter-Strike Go, and things like that. The variety is there. And then you go into the RTX with Control, Shadow of the Tomb Raider there, and Cyberpunk all came in. Absolutely class. It's just... I just love GFL at this moment in time because I'm just playing it non-stop.
Really, I've increased my playtime on it recently, particularly when I bought the new Chromecast, the Android TV, or Google TV as it's called now. Was able to play a bit more of that. I remember being up quite late one night playing Power Wash Simulator.
Yeah.
Until 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, again, with them having 1,000 games there is games for absolutely everybody. And there's family games, there's big hardcore PC games like your Crusaders Kings, which you can't play anywhere else. And you've got the standard sort of games out there, which are like your Tomb Raiders, your Ubisoft games and things like that. Absolutely masses and masses of choice. So during our talk or in our post here again, for people who are watching, I'm going to give people a heads up here. We're moving to a new domain in a couple of weeks, so our content on the website has dropped down because we're in the process of moving things across, and we don't want to get too much to overload things.
Big things are coming.
big things are coming. It is absolutely. I like the new domain, and I think people are going to like it as well because it's fun and it's
a lot easier to remember.
And it's a hell of a lot easier to remember. So everybody could get into it a lot quicker. Where was I going with that? With the article which Ben wrote, again, Ben does this every single week for us, and he does an absolutely amazing job. We were all asked to pick a game which we like playing on GFN. So we will start with Ben himself, and he has went for Ultra Kill.
Have we got the blog post up, or our post up? Are we able to read through it on the screen?
No, I'm going to try. I'm going to try and bring up.
Okay.
I'm going to try and bring up the games in as we go forth. So,
really,
yeah, I'm going to. I'm. Sammy, you're not welcome. You just put me under pressure all the time.
No, I just know what's coming. That's all.
Yes, that's because you're going to get trolled in a minute, isn't
it? Maybe.
Maybe not. This is Ben's. Ben is an absolutely massive fan of New Blood, so I wasn't too shocked that he has went for one of their games. Absolutely old school fun, and that is actually looking pretty cool to me. What about you?
Yes, I'm not a big fan of the overly gory games, as you probably had to tell if you watched any of the streams. But this looks released September 2020, but looks very much like the old-fashioned, the original Doom games, and so I'm liking the look of this game, certainly.
Yeah. Okay. We've got two people have said the same thing, so we will leave that to a second. Oh, that. Happy's annoying my happiness.
Is he? That's how he's happy. He's got all your happiness.
Yeah, it's what he's like. He just likes doing this to annoy me, doesn't he?
Everyone likes doing stuff to annoy you.
I know, but it's just not fair.
It's not just me,
Yes, we will go to the Epic Games Store because it wasn't on Steam, because I remember that. Happy has chosen it's a game which I know, and they've actually got some of us over here. They've got Northern Ireland in it, like, so I can go with Phil Northern Ireland.
They go through UK, Britain and Ireland, don't they?
Yes, and they'll go to Northern Ireland. They go to the Giants Causeway.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they go to the Giants Causeway. Which is class in the expansion. So Assassin's Creed Valhalla, absolutely, it's another Assassin's Creed game. So you know exactly what you are going to get with that, and I know people absolutely love this game, and it does play pretty well on GFN. Have you anything to add there, young Samuel?
No, this is another example of just the range of games. We talked about Power Simulator and some of the lower budget games, but this is a big AAA game released by a big studio that's available on GFN. It just demonstrates the range of games, just in the two games we've talked about already.
Yeah, and speaking of range of games, we're going to go to another range of a game, and that is Valheim, or you've got me paranoid the way I speak now. So it
took me a while.
It took you a while.
I've been trying for months,
Oh dear.
Whose idea was it to get me? Oh, right.
Yes. Yes. Main Gamer, we're not going to be talking about Stadia. This is GFM. Tomorrow night we will be talking about Stadia. If you want to come back, we're more than happy to answer that tomorrow. Valheim, the big game of the year, which is absolutely blown up beyond all proportions, and I think it's going to be on many people's game of the year lists, and I think it is well worth picking up to give it a go, and it's at a nice sort of price point as well, and it is at
you do. I was going to say you can't tell because you've actually, for a change, you've logged in.
Yes. I can buy it as a game, or buy this game as a gift for a friend. No, I'm not buying it for you there.
Sort of try.
Yes. But you've got me all confused again. But definitely worth picking this up, and it's at a good price point, which is not going to completely and utterly break the bank. So, interesting game there. Good choice by.
And again, this is an example of GFN. They've worked to get these games. I think Valheim was on GFN. Was it day and date, or was it very close to day and date? Early February.
It was, I think it was either day and date, or it was the more or less day and date, what I heard, the close to day and date.
But this shows the work they've done behind the scenes to make sure they've got the game supported onto the platform. It's not a straightforward job to port any game to any platform. It's topical at the moment in cloud gaming, I'm sure. But the work that the GFN, the NVIDIA team, have done behind the scenes to get games like this, and they've benefited massively from having from getting games like this on there, because Valheim, as you said, it surprised everyone. It surpassed a lot of people's expectations, and to be able to say we've got this on our platform, you don't have to wait for it. You don't have to wait for download. You can play it right now. It's absolutely massive.
Yeah.
And again, props to GFN on this.
Yes, we will move on to the next game. It's nearly as bad as your choice.
Nearly as bad.
Yes, nearly as bad as your choice.
Oh, blimey.
Yeah. Brandon has chosen NASCAR Heat 3.
Now, this is. I think I've played NASCAR Heat 4, and I'm looking to play NASCAR Heat 5. I've not done the third one. What year is that? 2018. Doesn't mean a thing to me because I don't follow NASCAR.
Yeah,
I like cars that turn both directions, but.
Oh, you're getting that wee jokes in there. Stop.
I am.
Yes, stop making fun of NASCAR. Not even I was that bad. Okay, well, since we know so much,
I think again, brilliant game, and the vast amount of racing games on Stadia. Not Stadia, GFN. I just got the tongue, didn't it? The vast amount of racing games I got on GFN shocked me when I was looking through a few weeks ago for our budget stream.
Mm-hmm.
I was really shocked at how many decent racing games. These aren't the bottom of the barrel. The NASCAR Heat 3 is an official game. This is official stuff from the championship organisers. They've licensed this game and they've got it on GFN.
Yeah, we'll move on to a game chosen by Andy and Barry, and that is a good old favourite and
very nearly my choice as well.
In Rocket League. What can you say about Rocket League? It is a mix between football and cars. What can you say, guys? Guys in the chat? We'll love to hear what your favorite games as well are. Rock, thanks for joining. Raven, thanks for joining as well. Unitrix, thanks for joining. Guys, and Raven, yeah, I said Raven. But tell us what your favorite games are in GFN as well. Rocket League. It is an Epic Games game. The partnership is strong there.
And again, free to play. We mentioned earlier. We've enjoyed Rocket League on GFN a few times on this channel.
Yeah,
had some good play alongs. Great fun, great times.
Yeah, Rocket League is just a nice and other chill-out game at times, and it is a game you can just go to. You know what, you're going to be 5-10 minutes long, and you either get hammered or you absolutely stuff people. I'm very
most of the time for us it's the first.
Yes. It's very rarely you get a close game when I'm playing. It's either one way or the other. So I just shows you where I am. And lastly, we will go for Kelly. And Kelly's favorite game on GFN is the one, the only, the most influential game in the world. in Fortnite. Having Fortnite is absolutely massive, and you could just jump onto it anytime you want. And there's LeBron James, the big Liverpool shareholder, in the game.
I don't know. Love it or hate it, Fortnite is a massively influential game. We've said this for plenty of services. If you get Fortnite on the platform, then the gamers will follow. The people will join to play Fortnite. Same with other games like Call of Duty, which is not any cloud platform at the moment. But we speak about these as the big targets for platforms. GFN have gone out there and they've got Fortnite. And as a result, it's the only, I mentioned earlier, it's the only way you can play Fortnite on Apple devices, on iOS right now.
Yep, it is. So we have a couple in here. Inatrix's favorite game is under here, but I don't think it's on there. The People's Club is enjoying Phantom Abyss, which is just recently put on there. I know a load of people are having.
You are not alone in that.
Yeah, there's a load of people there. Cloudbusters is Witcher 3. Clyde Gamer is Rocket League. Meme Gamer, Watch Dogs, Hitman, Immortal, Destiny, which are on GFN.
But there is one person in the team you have forgotten.
Yes, I'm coming. And there's two people, actually. There's two people, to be fair.
Oh, no one cares about mine.
Who have I forgotten now? You've got me worried. Who have I actually forgotten?
I swear you've forgotten you.
Yes, I've forgotten me and I've forgotten you. I was leaving. I was going through the chat. And
I thought you were rounding us out of that section.
No.
This is why we need show notes.
Who needs show notes? It's all up here. Yes, my hair may be falling out, but everything else is staying there. So yes, I hadn't forgotten. I was getting everybody's opinion what they were wanting.
Okay, move on.
Now you've got me all flipping up the left now. It's like, it's just not fair. Now I have to go and try and find this really quickly here so people can make fun of you. So, Sammy...
People are going to be surprised at what game I've chosen.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Does anybody know what game Sammy has chosen?
I do.
But you don't count. Oh my goodness. This is it. So here we go.
I should be on every week.
Yes, you can come on every week if you want. So, we all want to give Sammy abuse. Sammy's game is, and Clyde Gamer is correct, is DCL the game, and it is £25. The big thing, Sammy, we need to know: did you buy it during the Steam sale?
Well, here's the thing. No. I still stand by everything I said during our Summer Game Sale bargain stream. Go check that out after the stream. Sorry, you'll be too busy tonight watching our videos. This is a game that is used by the actual real life competitors in DCL, and I know it's similar for the DRL, which is basically a sister league for that. They will use this game to simulate real life tracks, and they will use this game to train themselves. Raven Anime is exactly right. VR drones, so you can see people putting on their VR goggles, holding a gamepad in their hands, flying the drone through these brightly coloured gates. It's a brilliant spectacle to watch, I found. It's just one of those things I found during lockdown last year, and I thought, oh, this looks quite good. I like watching racing, so it kind of got me hooked.
Yeah, it's absolutely, there's something for everyone. Despite the abuse you get for it, we have to get a DCL play along or first look, whatever you want to call it, up on the channel.
I will try and get one going at some point.
Okay,
it might have to wait to the next sale. I don't know.
we will move on to my choice. My choice is going to shock many people. My choice is Slay the Spire.
I thought your choice was Valheim for a minute.
No, Slay the Spire. Absolutely amazing game. One of my favorite games of the past number of years. I have got 2 Steam accounts. I think my playtime is about the same in both. What do you think my playtime and ours is for this account?
I want to say triple figures.
It may just be about triple figures. It's only 410 hours on this account.
That's mid triple figures. That's yeah.
Yeah, I may have a bit of an addiction to Slay the Spire. I absolutely love this game. This is just to show you. I have got Slay the Spire on Steam. I've played on 2 accounts on Steam. Thank you to my lovely son. So I've got Steam, I've got Switch, I've got PlayStation, I've got Xbox. And I haven't bought it on the mobile. I haven't actually went that far, but yet. I would say I have the guts of 2,000 plus hours played on this, if not more, and I just absolutely love this game. And it is.
I'm sure everyone's got games like that in their collection. I had one when I was playing on PlayStation 3. It was one of the Ratchet & Clank games at the time. For you, it's Slay the Spire. For other people, it'll be, I think Unitrix said, although he did say he regretted it, how many hours he'd spent on Fortnite.
Yes. There is games like that, but I'm gonna. I don't like the new. I didn't like the new character called the Watcher. I hate that character, but I like the original Flea. It is an absolutely brilliant game, and even now you could pick it up and have an absolute ball with it for 20 quid. I would recommend it at 20 quid because
you'd recommend it at anything. Yeah.
Yes, but as you can see, you can get your hours into that game if you want, because every time you play it, there's always something different. That is the beauty with a roguelike, is it can constantly change, and there's bits and bobs you can do to that as well. So absolutely well worth getting that game. So I'm going to remove my screen for 2 seconds as I sort of multitask. Is this worrying you now with me multitasking, isn't it?
Yeah, and I also don't want to say what we're going on to next because you might shout at me again.
When do I shout at people?
You shouted at me like 5 minutes ago. Yeah.
So what were you worried about where we're going to go on to here?
Well, I believed you were going to go down the list of the games that came onto the platform this month.
Yes. Or this week. This is just this week.
This week, even, yes.
Just the 13 games this week. Absolutely. Just the 13 games, yeah. Yes, I think we need to get motoring a wee bit with this, don't we? So
I think so, yes.
Yes. See, this is what we love doing. Bye, Meme Gamer. Hopefully you come back tomorrow and we'll have a good yarn with you about the other sort of stuff. Cloudbusters is a way to play The Witcher. Off you go. Enjoy. He can argue with The Witcher. So the first game is The Immortal Mirror, which is a day and date release on Steam, and it is on promotion.
Early access.
Oh, it's early access. Who makes this? I would be a bit concerned about early access, just my normal sort of things. It's a city builder. A base builder,
city builder, empire management type game. Not one that immediately appeals to me, but I know that is a massive market in gaming. So there are plenty of people out there. It's £13 is a very good price, actually.
Yeah, I'm just checking to make sure it has English language support there, because it's.
I'm a bit confused because it said The Immortal Mirror. The thumbnails for the game there say The Immortal Mirror, and that's all in English. So I believe the game does have English language support. This is something we've noticed in a few games recently.
Yep, they have added more English translations, so that is absolutely brilliant there. This is one thing I'm really liking about GFN as well over the last number. You touched on it there. We are getting these Chinese sort of games coming in, which I am really excited for. And what my hope is down the line is we start to get more of these English translations going, so we can actually experience them a bit better, so we'll actually see what's going on or understand what's going on, because some of them look really, really, really cool.
And with GFN expanding into more markets, you see them starting to make waves in Australia, in the Central America, Southern America. There's going to be more, I want to say global games, but you have games from those areas. So Latin America, you'll have more Latin America focused games, Chinese, Japanese as well. It's the more games they can get onto the platform, the better. And that doesn't mean that all the games are going to be catered to Western audiences, because the platform isn't just catering to Western audiences anymore.
Exactly. That's what I want. Expansion brings more opportunities to get different games. The next game is another day and date release, and it is Lost at Sea.
It's puzzles and stories. So this is something that's piquing my interest.
Yeah, it's on. It's got a 10% off, so it is basically £11, so about $15 mark. It's interesting.
Saying they're similar to Tomb Raider. So again, that's.
See, the problem with me having multiple accounts, my playtime's completely up the left. It's really funny.
I'm not worried about playtimes. The game titles itself.
And
reviews there. One review, and he liked it.
Yeah. He
even posted a review. Look at that.
Yeah. On the other hand, there's a game which took me about 2 hours to complete, and I can say that 1.5 hours were just spent walking. So it's a walking simulator, with a bit of puzzle in it. So it may be, if you're looking for one of them type of games, it could be good. It's a bit like Sea of Thieves are. Sorry, I just remember Sea of Thieves, even though it's just a compass. But we will see. The next one is what you were hinting at slightly earlier.
I had a look through the games earlier, and this is obviously one that catches my eye, because this is one of the 2 Epic free games this week. So Abduction, sci-fi, and again, as I mentioned earlier, puzzle adventure games. This is one that I think I might be recording a first look on, possibly up for the weekend.
Oh, that sounds good to me. Yeah, absolutely. It's from the creators of Myth, so it's going to be a nice wee quickie type game, probably, and just go exploring. I think that could be a nice evening just before you go to bed sort of game, just to have something pretty to look at.
Yeah, graphically it looks beautiful, to be honest.
And it's a free game, which is £24 normally. So go claim that, as we say every week. Remember to claim
your games.
The next game is Alchemist Adventure. Check out the Soul Super thing, or that's just telling us there's a bit of a sale on here. We really should look at that sale.
That's franchise, but super.com, I think we mentioned before.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not the only. This is not the first time we mentioned them tonight. So I'm trying to get the blog post up myself so I can have a look through.
Yeah, this looks an interesting sort of game. It looks this looks like something I would play, and this would be a more or less day and date release as well. Or
just about to point that out, yeah, within a few months of release. So.
Yeah, it's a near date release. This has got 37 positive reviews. This looks like a fine wee game. I don't see. It'd be one of them games which you would play in your library and give it a go. It's definitely something that I would give a try. I'm probably going to scrub myself here, but it's £12. Just for Barry, if you're watching, it's got a soundtrack. So you know that's a good sign.
It's really just for Barry. I like game soundtracks as well.
You don't count as a person.
Apparently not. No.
Yes.
See if I go again.
Just saying here, it's a simpler arcade type game. Sometimes that's all you want. It's just a simple.
Games don't have to be long and complicated. You don't need a massive RPG which takes hundreds and hundreds of hours to complete, like an Assassin's Creed game. Sometimes you just want something you can play through, nice formulaic maybe, but
yeah, I think that's something I've talked about at length before as well. I want more of these games which you can just play, and I think a lot of people are too look too much at ratings. Dismissive of a game if it doesn't look 100%. Right? I view gaming as a bit like movies and stuff like that. A 2-star movie is you can still have a lot of good fun watching a 2-star rated movie, and I think we really need to get to that sort of mindset with gaming as well, because I think if games are the 90% or 9 out of 10s or 10 out of 10s, people will not play them. This for me looks like a game I would definitely give a go. Yes. Okay. Yes, we're going to get away.
Yeah.
Yes, but that was my
monetization damage, right?
Yeah. With that, I think there's so many games like that where we could, I think, just get overlooked because they don't have all the shine. And this looks like another one. This is a reasonably new title in Retro Machina. It is just out the 12th of May. It's got very positive. Yeah, absolutely spot on.
Again, this looks, I suppose, every week I can look through the games on the GFN list and say, yeah, I quite like this one, This is another one which catches my eye. I'm a puzzle platformer guy. I like platformer games, puzzle games. Tomb Raider series I've often talked about as being one of my favourites. Away from Cloud, obviously, I've also mentioned Ratchet & Clank on the PlayStation consoles. So having puzzle platformers are pretty easy wins in my mind.
Yeah, exactly. It's not bad at all. Okay. We will move on to the next game. Oh, we clicked too far there. Which Space
Colony. Yep.
Mostly positive. This is a older type game, which again I love the complete mix. Builds up your library in GFN as well, because if you've got older games, they're getting added, so it's always good to have them going. For me, this looks like a wait for sale, even at that reasonable sort of price point, because it is sort of older, but it is a game
it's an older city builder game. So
it doesn't look too bad at all. 17 hours. Yeah, I think you get your money's worth in, but I would say wait for a sale with that. And it's got the trading cards. I forgot the trading cards thing.
You explain the Steam trading cards for me. I might be going slightly off topic, but
basically, if you let me see badges. Here we go. You can get when you play games on Steam, you get, if they've got trading cards, they have they drop these. You only can get a couple of them. So what you can do is you can either keep them and then complete the set. You can complete the set by getting boosters, or you can buy the cards on the marketplace, and they usually go for a couple of p or a couple of cents. So to get this card here, I would have to buy it for 5p. So if you level it up, you get wee things going to it. Why can't I trade? Okay. It says I must have some restrictions on my cookies. So if you complete the set, then you get like banners or wee icons and things like that, or you can just sell them and get some money back. So there's different ways to do it. For me, the way I do it.
So it's literally like when you were in the playground trading. For me, it was I did a bit of Yu-Gi-Oh trading cards, but Pokemon as well. So you say it's similar to that.
Yeah, And what I do is, as you can see, I have completed a couple of these. So I've done the Tomb Raider, the Batman ones, and things like that. The way I do it, again, I've got 2 Steam accounts because of my stupid son. Getting it banned.
If you're watching, I'm sure you're not stupid.
Yes, he takes it on the chin because I slag him off about it all the time. So if I complete a game, I get all the badges because I just like saying, "There you go, I've completed it all." So that's all you get is it's just things like that.
Am I right in thinking that if you are playing a Steam game on GFN, then you get to unlock a trading card, or a point in the game where you would unlock a trading card? That trading card is still available on your Steam account?
It is indeed.
So I just like to link it back to GFN for
Yep, and what you can do is if you're playing in a GFN, if you hit the Shift Tab key, you can bring up the Steam menu and you can see the cards going there. You can do that when you're playing in the Shield as well. So yes, you still got the full access to Steam there. So if you want to go and buy the rest of them cards like I am, because I'm an absolute idiot, you can do that. Or if you want to go and sell them, you can set them up to sell and get a couple of P for each of them. Couple of pennies to start saving up for your next game. So you can do it 2 ways. Next one is Tainted Grail Conquest. Oh, it's a roguelike.
We're getting towards part of the list where I wasn't that interested in them. I'm not a massive fan of roguelikes myself.
And it's a card game. Do what's happening here.
A roguelike card game. This is very much like Slay the Spire in those 2 respects.
Yep. So yes, this is a definite game for me. I am chucking it on my wish list. There is the wish list for today. And the maps. Oh yeah, this is definitely a game for me. I could see myself losing hours to this. Yeah. It's not one for you.
It's not, but as we've said in the past, there used to be months and months where I'd look at the games and think there's none for me. This is what happens. Games will fill the GFN catalogue. Sometimes there won't be a game for you, but there will, more often than not, every now and again, there'll be one game which you think, yeah, I'd go for that, or I'd give that a go. Or if not, recently I've found the Epic free games great to just claim, and if they pop up that week or they might pop up later. Always worth claiming and checking out.
Yeah. Again, I've said this places before. I think there would be weeks in GFM where you may not like any of the games, and the following week there's going to be the whole list you're going to want. But with the amount of games they're bringing, there is usually at least 1 or 2 which really get you thinking, at least anyway. So Unity of Command 2, is this an RTS or just a plain strategy? It's a plain strategy game. Again, it's something.
It says turn-based strategy, turn-based combat. Turn-based what I'd basically call Risk.
Yes, it's a bit more complicated than Risk, yes, but yes, that sort of thing. It's what I would call, this is 100% a PC game. This is just I would be tempted at the right price for that. But yeah, I don't think this would be one for you.
No, I do enjoy playing Risk, but I don't. When you say it's more complicated, it's all the additional features and stuff. It's not one for me, but I do see the appeal in games like this. Definitely. And I believe from a competitive angle, it's quite a popular game.
Yeah. A real interesting game here. It's already on the platform, but this is going through its own client now, and that is Warframe. An absolutely massive free-to-play game. Did we say anything more about Warframe? Or do you want?
I think it's worth pointing out again, the expanding to launching through its own client on GFN is, as far as I can understand how the GFN process works, that's not an easy feat.
Yeah, well, over the last number of weeks, we've actually seen quite a number of games starting to get added. When we say quite a number, there's like, I think it's nearly every week over the last 2 or 3 weeks, or 3 or 4 weeks, where the games with their own launchers are coming. So this is becoming more and more commonplace. But I think it's great to see. What I want is more games on GOG, and we want the EA Access one to be pushed out as well, because Apex is the only game there. I really hope that comes down the line. So for people who are not aware, Warframe is a free-to-play game. I couldn't get into it at the time, and I keep on meaning to go back to it, and I just keep on losing. Just keep on forgetting to do it.
So you say it's free to play. I get a kind of a World of Warcraft vibe from this. Looking at the game,
yeah, it's a nitty grindy sort of game, so I think you could have a bit of fun with it. But we'll move on to Wildermyth or Wildermyth.
No, Wildermyth would be how I pronounce it.
Yeah, there we go.
You disagree?
No, it's a near day and date release. It is a party-based RPG. Choices matter. £20, so about $25 mark. Oh,
So this is the kind of game that you meet up with some friends and you go on these adventures, deciding the storyline as you go along.
I'm added. Yeah, I've added it to my wish list.
Not surprised. Not looking at this.
For me, it's a bit from my price range at this moment in time for this sort of game. This is a game I would pick up at a sale, definitely. But yeah,
I think so. The opportunity to get some friends around and show them how GFN works.
Yep. And it's got overwhelmingly positive reviews, so definitely worth checking that one. X3 Albion Prelude. Again,
requires the base game.
Yeah, so this must be
DLC.
Yeah, X3 is a pretty popular game, or was it popular? I've heard of it anyway.
I think I was getting confused with the popular superhero movie. So popular, reasonably popular at the time.
Yeah, so there is that one as well. I know there will be a lot of people interested in that one because I have heard about that and seen it pop up in a load of so hi Rock. Rock loved Warframe. And but he just can't get back into it now and needs lots of commitment to appreciate it properly.
I think with these looter shooter free to play RPG type games, they do demand a lot of attention because in the end, that's how people are going to spend the money if they're spending a lot of time on the game. That's how these free to play games make the money.
Exactly. Again, that's going to be a lovely topic of discussion maybe tomorrow.
I think so, yes.
Next one is Ease. Memories of something. See.
Self-Scooter.
There you go. Again, more of the franchise coming. Can't beat it. It's a JRPG. Absolutely brilliant that they're bringing all their games across. It's a game that's going to go. I'm going to buy that instantly now because it's JRPG, or it's going to pass you by. But it's absolutely another good pickup there, and adding more of these games to the platform.
I can't disagree with that. I'm probably more in the latter. So this game will pass me by, but as you said, we had Ease 9 and Ease 8 on platform last week. So filling in with more games in the series, absolutely brilliant to see. Hopefully that will continue. Obviously, with Ease 9 being released this month, there's obviously a few other games in the series that need to come.
Yep. So it's good. And that will be the same. Are they clicking the wrong ones?
No, Ease Origin.
Or Ease. Oh yeah, I clicked.
We've done that one. That's the DLC.
Ease Origin again, more common. This is the older one, 2012. Brilliant that it's here.
I think I was when I was doing the research, this is the third game in the series.
You did research. See,
I did research. I had about 10 minutes and I made it count.
Me and Barry just go into this completely blind, and we just go and we just shoot what we see.
You and Barry have a vague idea of most of the games anyway. This is, or at least you make it look like you do.
Of course I do. Of course I do.
Well, there you go. See, I don't necessarily. I had no idea about what X3 was.
Again, good to see this. You can see it's slightly older with just the way it is there. So absolutely class that it is there. And for people watching this live, what I can say is the games are now live. It appears on GFN. I've just went in to the GFN app there while we were here, and it appears that they are now live. So go have some fun.
And that's all of them, including The Immortal Mare and Lost at Sea, which were the day and date releases this week.
And let me see. I'm not sure. What was M2 again? Sorry.
So you had The Immortal Mare.
That's not there yet.
Most of Lost at Sea.
Lost at Sea. No, I don't think they're there yet, but the rest of the games are. I can see Alchemist Adventure, Space Colony, Unity of Command, Warframe, Retro. I think it's all but the day and date ones, but hopefully they will arrive there shortly. So that is pretty cool. Here's a funny thing here. We will resync, and someone's beeping their horn. I've got 4 more games in GFN now, which is good.
That's the other thing we ought to, because they did add that feature in recently about syncing your game libraries to GFN.
Mm-hmm.
A great quality of life feature, which means that you don't have to go through each game you individually want to play. You can open GFN and all your available Steam and Epic games are there.
Yeah, forgot to tell you, Joe, I've got access to now. B Simulator.
B Simulator?
Yes, B Simulator.
Is that the sequel to A Simulator?
Yes, it was indeed. And C Simulator is coming out shortly as well. Yeah. Hot works in a couple of them. Okay, Sammy, I think that we will end this here because we're actually quite busy at this. Stop beeping your horn.
Is it busy out there tonight?
Yeah, just a bit. That was one of the reasons.
On Duncan's Road.
Yes, that was one of the reasons why this is slightly later today, because it has been busy outside and there was, for reasons. Shut up.
Okay.
Yes,
as you said earlier, it's not my story to tell. So
yes. But I thank you all for joining us. Remember to send abuse to Sammy regarding the DCL.
Wherever you can find me these days.
Yes, wherever that is, because he's disappeared from a load of places. So thank you all for watching, and we will catch you tomorrow night while we go through the whole news of the week once again, and I think it's going to be a bit spicy.
It's going to be an interesting one. Yes. Tune in.
Yes. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Help. Ah!